Hello everybody, Smockter here, and today I'm going to be doing something I've been wanting to do for so long. I don't remember if I uploaded one before, but now I know a better way of doing it, and now, due to the fact that I can record more than 10 minutes now with the full version of Bandicam, I can do this. Today, we're going to be doing a mod showcase of the orespawn mod. Now you can already see little bits and things that don't match up, like that ostrich thing over there. Not really much else. But yeah, so today I will be showing you guys the ins and outs of the orespawn mod. And this mod is the most craziest, overpowered mod I have ever seen. Still. I know there are thousands upon, millions of mods out there by now, but this is the most overpowered one. Let's start with something that is mineable right as you get a stone pickaxe, I believe. And I'm going to make sure it's on peaceful, just so nothing attacks me, because trust me, there are some crazy bosses in here. So, let's give myself a stone pickaxe, just to test this out. Then let's put ourselves in survival. Let's do slash. Okay, so now this is salt ore. Now, obviously, it's an ore. Well, duh. You mine it, and then after mining it, you put it into a furnace, and you get 16 salts, I believe. It's either 16 or 8. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it's pretty overpowered. So you can get this pretty much in the beginning, and if you get raw pork chops and then combine them with salt. So if I take these, and ignore these things right here above my mouse right now, next to the salt. Ignore those for now. I'll show you those later. But anyway, if you take these and then do that, you can get raw bacon. So let's just take a few of these. And what raw bacon does is if you take it and cook it in a furnace, you can get bacon. Now you can even eat this if you're not hungry. But here's the cool thing. If you eat it, you get regeneration and strength for a minute and a half or so. So yeah, pretty overpowered already. Now, that's not even scratching the surface of how crazy this enormous mod gets, guys. It's not even scratching the surface. Trust me, it just gets crazier and crazier from here on out. Okay. This is the first armor set you can, not really that you can grab in orespawn, but the next one up that's from Diamond. This is the Amethyst, and I know I don't have the armor in here. I totally forgot that, but hey, I'm not going to edit this out. I am just going to take it from here. So, here's the Amethyst set and the Amethyst tools. So, and then here's the sword. It's better than Diamond because let's put on pants, helmet, and the boots. Now it's a bit better than Diamond. It may not seem like it because I'll take off the helmet and a bar will go missing or whatever. But yeah, it's better than Diamond. It can take more, and it's just a really good set. Pickaxes mine a bit faster, and well, honestly, hold on. The sword is well, you can tell that they're better because the attack damage. So if you look, just the axe is 14 attack damage, the pickaxe is 13, the amethyst shovel does 12, and of course the amethyst hoe does no damage, but it's kind of cool looking if you want like a purple hoe. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Okay, so next up is the sword, the part that most people really use. 15 attack damage. So in comparison to a diamond sword, 7 and 15. 15. So, and sorry for the rain. Turn that off. But yeah, so amethyst set, pretty crazy. Again, everything here pretty much is better than diamond. Now, here's the thing. Before I go on to the next set, I want to go on to here. Now, these are different ant dimensions. Now, orespawn adds in 5 different insects that, or no, 6 or 7. Now, these are all ant nests, and these are all the spawn eggs for the ants individually. This is a red ant troll block. What is a red ant troll block, you may ask? Well, let's grab ourselves, oh, I know. Let's keep this amethyst pickaxe for now. Let's throw a stone one in there. Oh, and to craft these things, they're just normal recipes, but with the ore. So, you know, for pickaxe, 3 amethysts, 2 sticks. For the armor, amethyst in that formation, it's all the same. There's only there's only 1 set of armor in here, and a few weapons that don't have normal crafting recipes, or at least normal like that. But anyway, let's take this red ant troll block. Now, I'm going to do this away from my area because this is literally going to go everywhere. Let's just do it right here. Okay, so you may think that this is diamond ore, and in the wild, unless you have like tooltips or things that highlight and tell you what blocks are, this will look like a normal diamond ore. There's really no way of telling unless you have it like to where you can see it above. If you break it, a whole bunch of red ants come out. Now these things do damage you. The world that I am on doesn't seem to make a move, but they do damage you if they're moving. If they charge towards you, they will hurt you. They don't do much damage, honestly. But yeah, so they can be a bit of a pest, but not as much as some of the other insects we'll see. So yeah, that was the red ant troll block. Again, pretty annoying sometimes, but they're not too bad. Anyway, the red ants are the only ones with a troll block besides one other one, but that's not an ant, that's something else. Now, each ant has a special thing about their dimension. I will go over it quickly because I want to get to certain other items. Brown ants. There are 2 structures that are crazy and heavily guarded. Not heavily in the sense that there are a lot of things protecting these structures, but there's 2 powerful things protecting the structures. So brown ant dimension is the final dimension we'll be going into. We'll be going into all of these later. Red ant dimension is also known as the mining dimension. It's the best place to go mining. It just has a more often occurrence of ore is what it is. So rainbow ant dimension is where a certain other boss spawns and a lot of the other mobs that you have to fight for something later I'll show you as well. Don't want to give too many spoilers. And also it's known as the village dimension because there are a lot of villages. Like you can't go like 50 blocks without running into a village. It's nuts. The unstable ant dimension is where you find most dungeons that you want to go find with certain bosses you want. Most of them spawn in the red ant dimension. There are some that are really good and some are just common things. So anyway, moving on. Next up, we have useful miscellaneous items. Now, I originally intended to save this for last. Sorry if you hear some background noise. But I can't wait. These things are too useful. Okay, so let's start off with creeper repellent and cracker repellent. Let's get ourselves a creeper. Let's give ourselves a few spawn eggs. And keeping on the amethyst armor, I should be fine. And oh, let's give ourselves let's grab ourselves some ants. Let's just say some red ants. There we go. Oh, and since I'm testing out creepers, there's also this item, the creeper launcher. Okay, now these are some pretty hilarious items that are pretty useful. Okay, let's say that you're tired of creepers. Oh, whoops. Sorry, my bad. Let's say you're tired of creepers just constantly sneaking up on you and blowing up your house and just, being a pain that they're meant to be. So a creeper comes walking towards you and you don't see it and it blows up. And you're like, oh, come on. Well, this creeper repellent will fix that. If you lay a creeper repellent down and a creeper starts coming towards you. Here, let's get out of the range of this. Let's say that a creeper was spawning and he was walking towards me. What's the matter, creeper? See how he's getting pushed away? Here, I'll show you a really good example. Notice how he got launched. The creeper repellent keeps, as it says, repels all creepers, so no creepers can get near you. Let's take care of this guy. Okay, so in order to craft creeper repellents, I believe there is a crafting recipe. So let's see. Yep, an extreme torch, which is crafted like that, and green goo, which you get from one of the bosses I'll mention later. Anyway, so yeah, that's the creeper repellent. Now, the creeper launcher, this thing is lovely. You ever want to just torture a creeper or have a funny way of killing it? Well, use a creeper launcher. It will launch the creeper all the way up in the air high enough so that when it falls down, it dies. This is my favorite weapon of all. It's just like, you take your creeper launcher and just go like this. You repel it and then go, come here, creeper. Come here. Whee! Isn't that fun? Oh, I love this thing so much. Anyway, moving on. Another thing orespawn adds, just a quick note, is rocks you can throw. Now there are certain rocks with different things that happen. There's slowness rocks, poison rocks, explosive rocks, fire rocks. Yeah, kind of funny, isn't it? But yeah. Anyway, now let's say before I go over the Kraken repellent, there is a mob in here called Kraken. I am not going to spawn that thing in because that thing terrifies me. But I'll show you what else this Kraken thing does. Besides obviously keeping Krakens away from just falling onto you. The other thing it does is keep certain insects and ants away. So let's say there's a whole bunch of red ants outside your house. The Kraken repellent will repel them. But I have another use for this I'll go over later. Now these three items up here. These I'll get to later. Just hold on. And then these items. Now, these are for those who just want instant stuff. They just want you want a garden, but you don't want to take the time to make it and all that. I mean, who wants to make a garden? Who wants to take the time to do that? Not to fear. This instant survival garden is what you need. Trust me. Now, I've never used this, and the craft, I don't, oh, it does have a crafting recipe. I didn't even know that one. So it's a redstone block, wheat, and a gunpowder. And all you have to do is find a good patch of land that's all straight, and right-click the ground. So you got your sugar cane, you got, what's this? I have no idea. But yeah, you got your sugar cane, your other plants here, some wheat, I think, some carrots, some potatoes. and just some other things. So yeah, um, so that's that. And then let's say you want a house, instant survival shelter. Just craft it with a stick, redstone, and cobblestone. So all you gotta do is, again, right-click the ground, and you got yourself an instant house. You may be like, but I have to go get a door. Not to worry, there's a door in here. And it also starts you off with a compass, a map, some pork chops, some torches, and some salt ore. So instant bacon right there. A bucket, some iron tools, a chest, and 2 beds. So you got yourself pretty much head start and a furnace and a crafting table. So those two are very, very useful and very easy to craft. Now these next things, I'll go into creative for this one. These next things are very useful for those who want to have an enclosed space to put animals or pets, but they don't want to like make an area. Let's say you just want a small little cage, something to keep a pet in or something. Well, this is crafted with a block glass, a block of iron, and a block of quartz, and you get yourself an extra small zoo. Now, this can also be used to craft a small zoo, and it's like this the entire time. You just keep on putting the next version in iron, block of quartz, and glass until it gets to the biggest version. So, extra large zoo cage. So these all, as they imply, are a zoo cage. And you're thinking, well, don't I have to build it? Nope. These are also instant. So here you got your extra small one. You know, okay, it's kind of cute. Well, let's say you want a little bit bigger one. There you go. And as you obviously can tell, you know, it keeps on getting bigger and bigger. I would just skip the other ones, but, you know, you guys may want to see them. So, here's this one. Here is, in comparison, this one. So, you know, pretty big, considering. And then I saved the biggest one for last. And I'm going to put it straight on top of this hill. Okay. And this is the extra large one. Big enough to hold like 100 or so mobs. Probably more than that. Anyway. So yeah, those are the small zoo cages and instant structures. Now, this thing. This thing is a random dungeon generator. Now, orespawn adds in tons and tons of dungeons. Things that just spawn, you know, randomly around the world and sometimes only spawn in certain dimensions. However, this thing you can actually craft. Now, to craft the random dungeon thing, you're going to need redstone and coal. Not too big of a deal. But anyway, this thing, while yes, it is very useful, sometimes it can be very, very laggy and misfortunate for you. Because this, again, is a random dungeon spawner. There's no, like, order to it. None whatsoever. So, I'm going to place this down here, and then I'm going to fly away. Now, I'm flying away because if I'm too close when that dungeon spawns, I could crash, and I don't want to do that. Anyway, while we're waiting for that to spawn, the final thing I want to show you real quick before I end this part, the orespawn review here is going to be uploaded in 2 parts, maybe even 3 or 4. I'm not too sure. Anyway, I'm going to move on to the most annoying. Oh, and real quick, I just want to briefly go over this. Pizza. These 3 fish give you fire resistance. You can find them in chests, or I think you can catch them with a fishing rod. I don't know. I've never tried it. Crystal apple, you can find in the crystal dimension. I'll go over that in part 2. And then love. Now this is a Valentine's Day special kind of thing. You can only get it on Valentine's Day. I don't know why the mod creator did that. I mean, well, it makes sense to name it love and then do that, but yeah. But if you eat this, this is about 2 times better than an enchanted golden apple. Regeneration 4 for pretty much 5 minutes. Jump boost, strength 3, speed, resistance 2, fire resistance 3. So yeah, you're pretty beastly with this. You regenerate just like a golden apple pretty much instantaneously, and you hit like a truck. So yeah. But the final thing I want to go over is the termite. Now there is a termite dimension, also known as the crystal dimension, and the termites are annoying as all heck. Now they also are they're the other one who has a troll block, and it looks like an emerald. There's their nest, and here's their spawn egg. Well, why are they annoying, you may ask? I mean, yeah, they damage you just like the red ants, but I said that the red ants aren't that annoying. Well, these guys are annoying in a different way. They attack you, yes, but what they also do is, well, you probably guessed it by now, they do what termites do. I'm going to keep them away from the chests because they could honestly, like, ruin everything. But, sorry guys, it's getting an itch. Anyway, let's say I spawn one. Then I put a block of wood next to it. Now, I don't know if it's actually going to work. It should, honestly. I don't see why it wouldn't, but let's spawn in a few more on top of the wood, because for some reason oh, there they go, they actually do move. So, but yeah, if if there was a ton and like they were around your wooden house, they eat wood. I mean, no duh, they're termites. But yeah, they can be pretty annoying. But that's where the Kraken repellent comes into play. See how the ants are here? Well, they won't be for long. Oh, come on. This does work, I swear. There we go. See how it's launching them? I don't know why these things aren't doing it, but anyway, let me kill these guys. Hold on, guys. Okay, so let's say termite comes near you. The Kraken repellent will repel them, just away from you, so you don't have to deal with them. See? So, anyway, this is gonna be it for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2, where I show what the better weapons and tools are in the rest of this mod review. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.